Welcome to the channel, everybody. This is Hardware Despair. My name is Ryan, and today we are playing Unreal World. And here we are at our little base location. Now, we haven't built the base yet. We've just got a meager little shelter down here. But we do have a helping hand. So we've hired this gentleman right here, who is currently chopping some boards, I believe, if I remember correctly. So we're not going to disturb him just yet, but eventually he'll come to us for more orders. He'll want to know what we want him to do. And we have mostly been chopping trees down. As you can see, we've made quite a little dent here in the tree line. So we've got a lot of trees chopped down. And as you might have noticed, most of the logs are up here. So this is going to be the site of my first cabin. I've got it situated kind of halfway, well, a little less than halfway between the forest and the lake shore. So the lake shore is all the way down here. Boom, there it is. Of course, we've got a little bit of water nearby, so we don't have to go all the way to the lake shore unless we want to do some fishing, which I do plan on doing. I'm definitely going to be fishing at some point, maybe once the summer comes and we can do some more trading, get some actual fishing gear instead of using my terrible javelins. Which we don't even have anymore. Luckily, as you can see, we are rocking a fine hunting bow with many arrows. So I've been making some arrows, which is good. Filling up my water here real quick, so we'll be prepared. It is evening, but I'm lively, so my sleep schedule's obviously all thrown off. We've been working on the camp here area, getting all these logs sorted out. Wow, he's done with the boards again. And so what I need to do next is once this guy leaves, because he's only going to be with me for a few more days, but once he leaves, I'm going to go ahead and start focusing again on hunting because we need a lot of trading collateral. We're going to need a lot of, wealth, basically, a lot of furs. Furs and meat is the best thing we can get right now because we need, in order to build this cabin, we're going to need some new axes for sure. And I know exactly where to get them. We just have to have, like I said, the trade goods to barter. So that'll be the plan. First, I'm going to clear up this campsite and get some things situated with this guy here. All right, so we worked together for about a day or so more, but now he is asking, or now he's telling me that he's got about a day left, and he says what he has is okay, but he expects us to hand out some decent goods to pay for his services. So now he's asking us to settle this today. We can wait until he actually leaves, and that's what I normally do. But for this purpose today, I'll go ahead and settle with him. So what I'm going to do is chat with him. Normally, we've been doing the exclamation mark command. Let me zoom in so we can see it a little better. Yeah, so when I hit the shift plus the 1 key or the exclamation mark, that brings up this little symbol so I can chat with him and order him around. But when I want to pay him, I need to actually just chat with him as though he was a person. So I hold down the shift button and push C, and that brings up this window, which then I can say, let's deliver an item to this guy. I have something for you. I'm just going to be giving him food. So I'm going to select these and we'll start with 10. We'll see. It's just a few more things for making him happy is the last sentence. So he needs a little bit more. Let's give him a little bit more. All right, let's do another 10. That's fine. No, it's still just a few more things. So I'll keep going with this until he's satisfied. Okay, so he says right here, if you let me keep it, now my services are paid for. So that's, at this point, if he didn't do anything else for us, we would be good. He would leave on good terms. But I am going to actually order him to do more work. So he'll probably want a little bit more food once we're done, once the day passes. But that's why I usually wait until the very end. But like I said, we're just doing it for demonstration. You can see now here where I'm starting to line up the walls. So this will be the eastern wall of our structure. It's going to be fairly big. And I'm going with the northern wall. So it's going to extend out here. And then, maybe about where this tree is lined up, we'll come down with our western wall. And we'll have a door here in the front. And I might actually put a door in the back too. You can do both front and back. It's kind of handy. It'll be much easier to visualize as I start to get the walls up. But we've got a heck of a lot of work before we do that because every one of these logs here has to be cut up. I should call them tree trunks because they're not technically logs. In order to turn this into a log, I have to I have to hit the S command for skills, and then I go to Timbercraft. Now down here where it says L, carve trunk into log, I would need to do this, and with an axe that I have. So I have a stone axe on me. It's really poor, and it's taken me, 3 hours to do that one log. See, that is unacceptable. I couldn't do all these with that stone axe. It would take us till like the next winter season. But that's why we need to get better axes, as you can see. Anyway, this guy wants some more orders, so let's give him the order to fell some more trees. He'll run away. But yeah, as you can see, that's one log we have. So every one of these stacks of 6 has to be done 6 times. Every log that goes on that cabin. It's a lot of work, like I said, but luckily with these guys here helping, I think it'll be good. So what I'm going to do, I plan on, like I said, doing more hunting. Then we'll do a trade trip to go get some more axes and stuff. And while we're there, as we're about to leave the area, we're going to hire a couple more guys to come back with us. And they'll help us, finish up chopping more trees down, just like this guy's doing. And also turning, the tree trunks into logs. I believe that's a command that they have available, so I should probably check that out. But yeah, here's our dude right here. Let's talk to him real quick. See, it does say, yeah, carve trunks into logs. So if I get a couple of guys, you got to make sure they have axes on them. Unless you want to give them one of your own axes, you need to look at the people you hire. But we'll get into that down the road when we're actually doing it. As for right now, I'm just going to have this guy keep felling more trees. It's incredible the amount of trees you need to chop down to build like a decent sized cabin. But that's just how it is, It's a lot of labor. Okay, well, this guy is wanting to talk to me again. That means he's probably ready to leave. Let's see what he has to say. Okay, now it's time for me to go back home. I won't be working any longer. It's nice to know you. Bye. Now take care of yourself. Okay, so he's good. He's satisfied with the food that we gave him earlier, which is great. So he's just going to leave now. He actually might kind of hang around the area for a bit, but he's not going to do any more work. If I tried to hire him again, he would probably say no. But, it's worth trying. I'd like to hire. No, not now. Maybe in the future. So he's open to it if we ever meet him again, but that's unlikely because he was just a lone traveler. I didn't go to any particular village to hire him. He was just out and about on the world map. So, like I said, we won't see him again, but it's possible. I've had stranger things happen in this game before with like lost animals returning and things, but yeah, so he's nice to us now. At least we're friendly. So if we ever did see him again, he probably would be willing to fight for us or do something else. So as you can see, the structure is still a long way from finished, but I'm just going slowly. While he was chopping down trees, I would just go grab one, move it up here, kind of like I say, laying out the blueprints for the place. So there, and then I have to rest occasionally because we get worn out moving these logs. They're very heavy. So every time you move them, yeah, you'll notice that the endurance meter goes up really quick when he's moving a log like this. Yep, there it goes. And so, like I say, you got to rest occasionally, but eating does help with that. If you stop and eat and drink, that'll bring down your rest meter a little bit. It's not enough to like finish a whole day's operation. You will have to stop and rest, but it's to be expected. And your vigor level seems to go down a lot quicker. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What does this say? An aggressive vagabond adventurer? Why is he aggressive? So is that the same guy? Yes, we want to abort our task here. Hold on. This guy is now aggressive. Something happened. I'm not even sure what the heck just happened. I might have to look at like the logs. I don't even know if that's available. Hold on. Let's look at this guy. He's wielding a short bow. Something happened to make him hostile. This is definitely the guy because look at all the meat he's got on him. Man, oh man. So we're going to have to engage with this guy. What? He's aggressive. There's nothing I can do here. If I try to leave, okay, it will let me leave. Let's see if I can't just avoid him for now. Let's come out here and take a little nap. Oh, it's snowing. I can't. We'll wait until it stops snowing. There we go. We're up now. We're still tired, but it's the afternoon. I really have no idea why he would go hostile like that. That's bizarre. Like I said, strange things happen in this game, though. Okay, we're ready to drop. I'm just going to sleep right here. We're getting chilly, though. We can't afford to just... hang out on the world map forever. I've got to go back in here. And if he's hostile and he's still around, we're gonna have to fight in the middle of the night here. Hold on, hold your horses. Let me zoom in. All right, we're gonna stand up. I'm gonna go into stealth mode. That's good. At least he doesn't see us because we're stealthed. So let's head down here. Oh man, I'm super nervous about this because if I do something like just go to sleep, he might come over here and attack me and kill me in my sleep. But I have to, like I said, we have to go to sleep just to warm up. Okay, we survived the night. Why was he hostile? Hopefully he just moved on. I don't think he would come over here and take anything, so there's not much to take, to be honest. We've got some furs, that's true, but most of them are crappy. Anyway, wow, that was unusual. I don't know what happened there at all, but everything I said about him being friendly, well, disregard that apparently. I'm not sure. Bizarre. Anyway, so he's gone, hopefully. I think it's probably a good time to get out there and do some hunting. Maybe that'll also encourage him to leave the area if we're not near our shelter. So I'm just now it's daytime. We should be able to get through the world a little bit easier in terms of the temperature level. And now if we look at this map, let's zoom in a little bit here. We're opening up a decent portion, but you can see all the dark area around my red circle. Yeah, that's all good hunting ground. This is a great spot. One of the reasons I've chosen it for our base location, just because there's a huge territory of open marshland here we can hunt on. Now, right now it is winter, so we're not going to see a whole lot of stuff out here, but come spring and summer, I guarantee this is going to be some fertile hunting ground. All right, so I'm just moving through, searching. Oh, there's something. Just saw it pop in. There's an elk right there. All right, now you can see because I'm trudging through really heavy snow here, my endurance level is pretty high, so I need to rest before I try and engage with this thing. I am tired, but that's not as important as the 100%. You do not want to be this high up when I'm trying to shoot arrows and run after an elk. So I'm going to rest here on the world map and hope that the elk doesn't disappear. It shouldn't. It'll probably stick around for a little while. Okay, I see it popping in and out. So it did. Okay, there it is. Let's try and get it. It's in the little wood section, but maybe it'll move. Okay, let's check this out. Let's see what it's doing. Oh, perfect. So we're in an open area. Let's look at it. It's definitely a bull elk. Yeah, it's a big boy. It's got the antlers and everything. Well, first thing is to take a shot at it. Let's go for the lucky headshot again. Nope. Ooh, we missed that one. Real bad. So I'm going to go ahead and wield another arrow. But he's getting a little too far from me. Let's see. I'm going to hide. I'm going to try and get a little... Oh, he just took off. I'm going to try and get a little closer, maybe take another shot at him. Just to wound him a little bit. That'll help our hunt a lot if he's wounded. Okay. That's decent closeness. Let me give him another turn. I think he's going to walk towards me. Yeah, there he is. Okay, that's good enough. I don't want to push it and try and get closer because I could spook him again. Let's just do a body shot here. Nice. We got him. Let's see. He looks a little fatigued already. Wow. Serious puncture in the right hoof. He's walking lame. Now, see, that should help us. So, keeping my eyes on my endurance total up here at 18. It's getting higher. I'm going to start running, and I'm going to pursue him. Hopefully he hasn't left a lot of tracks around this. Oh, Christ, look at that. There's a freaking wolf right there. Oh, man. This is almost more dangerous, as dangerous, depending how many there are, as that crazy human that we just encountered moments ago. These wolves are nothing to joke about. I have lost runs before due to trying to fight wolves, and they will come after you, too. They will actively hunt you, in a sense. So that's not good. Oh, man, look, he's looking right at me. He's not afraid of me at all. So I'm going to keep going after this elk and just try to totally ignore that stupid thing. Man, hopefully... Oh, I hope he doesn't attack... He might go for the elk. Seriously, we might have to fight this wolf off. That's not good. All right, let me wield an arrow here. And also, it's unlikely that he's alone. Look, he is going for the elk, 100%. Look, he is. Holy crap. This is insane. He's going for it. I could potentially scare him off, but it's also just as likely that he will turn and attack me if I shoot an arrow at him, which is like the only real way I could get him off this stag. I'm just going to follow him here for a minute. Dang, that's nuts. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, this is. There's a lot of blood. Ooh. It's easy to follow, though. You can see how easy this track is, definitely. They're far, though. You can tell they've really moved. Um, oh, there he is. Okay, okay. Now, it looks like the elk is dead. Let me look at it. Since it was killed by this wolf, yep, slightly eaten. Our arrow is sitting there. See, it says harmed bull carcass. So this skin is probably worthless, to be honest. The meat, I'm sure there's still a ton of good meat on this sucker, though. Now, what's crazy is this wolf seems to be alone, which is weird. And it's a small one. But keep in mind, we have very little armor. The only armor I have is a couple leather pieces, shin guards, and forearm guards. That's it. And of course, our best weapon is the hunting bow. But, I mean, if I leave this meat, oh boy, it's not going to be good. Maybe he'll just leave. He might be full. Let me see if I can't claim it. He seems to be leaving. The problem is when I go to skin it, I'm going to have to pass a lot of time here or even just butcher it because I don't know about the skin. It actually seems like it's okay. Yeah, but I'm not too sure about doing that while this wolf is in my visual range. I'm not even sure about chopping down wood for a tree. Or, oh, I'm sorry, wood for a fire, I mean. I might, though, just to see if that'll help me. Because I don't think he'll attack me if I'm just standing here chopping wood. Yeah, unless I engage him, like, actively hostile with a hostile attack, he'll probably just leave me alone. I think he's going to go, but I'm still going to pick up some of this wood and we're going to start a little fire right next to ourselves here. I mean, we don't really need it for warmth, truly, but I'm hoping it'll deter this wolf. I'm not so sure if that'll work, but it's worth it. Turn this way so I can see north of me. So he might have just left on his own. What I'm going to do, since it's actually, I'm really tired, I'm going to go ahead and rest. It seems crazy, but yeah, I think the wolf has probably left the area. We got lucky. We got real lucky. That wolf did all the dirty work for us. I mean, like I say, the skin probably won't be great, but we're going to see. I'll just see how this turns out. Let's skin it. And so that's two unusual occurrences we've got to see in this episode. One was that guy turning hostile, like completely inexplicably. I don't know what happened, but and the second one was that wolf engaging the elk. Like that just shows you the sort of interactions that the wildlife do have. Very realistic in terms of their behavior. It's great. All right, so let's eat a little bit. We did skin it. What did we get? Oh, a harsh elk skin is what it says. So if we look at the inventory, there it is. So we got a skin, which is nice, but it's harsh. So that's like the worst quality. But nonetheless, we can use it for something. So I'm going to go ahead and butcher this bad boy up. Let's see. For getting killed by a wolf, I think it's not too shabby. Now, I definitely need to get some water before we go. And what? Yes. It's canceled. Let's just butcher him. All right, I tried to pick up my arrow, but I screwed it up. Let's just get him all butchered. He's a big boy. Ooh, we got to rest several times here. This is probably going to be another one where I need to actually leave some of this meat behind and come get it. 2 trips. We'll see. Okay, well, I definitely had to drop some of the stuff because it was way over encumbering, and we have under 100, so we can move now. But I've left a mark here on the ground where I dropped it. I dropped it on the world map as opposed to dropping it in the local terrain map. It's a bit easier just to drop it here on the world map and then leave a mark directly on top of it. So when we come back, I don't have to zoom in and search for it. So the shelter, our shelter is just up ahead. Yeah, it's just north of us up here, right by this little lake inside the clearing. Yes, my thirst is still really, really ugly, but once we get here, I should be okay. Boom. I got a little water source up ahead. Now, I hope this guy is gone. Like, I'm legitimately worried he's still hanging around the area. and gonna want to kill me or something. I don't know what we did to him. All right, so I'm gonna drop the elk cuts, the fat, and I'm just gonna drop the skin here all in a pile. Real quick, I'm gonna come up here and drink. Pray to God this guy's not behind me. All right, let's drink. We're extremely tired. I don't want to rest, but I have to. I really need to. Let's fill that with water. Let's get back to the shelter. I'm going to eat a little bit, rest, and then we have to go immediately pick up that meat that I left on the world map because every move I make, like it's sitting there getting worse and worse, deteriorating. So I don't want to waste it. Okay, well, I have returned from the location where we dropped off the meat here. So let me drop. Well, I guess I'll just keep these cuts on me. We'll dry these up real quick, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick up all these spruce withes or cordage, and we do have a pile of stuff that's already drying right here. So this is where I'll start to work. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna do it right here because it's next to the fire, and we're actually cold right now. So that trip to go get that food made us real cold. So I'm going to go ahead and, yeah, we'll dry the meat right here. It's just 100, so it won't take more than a couple of things. Now you can see I made a paw board fox trap here. It's inferior quality because the axe I have is crappy, but I was thinking maybe we could use that for trading at some point. I probably won't use it to try and actually catch foxes with, but the inferior quality means it's probably not going to be good for either, really. I might have just end up burning it. We'll see, though. So like I said, we got to finish this drying, and then I'm going to get to the rest of the meat that we've got laying there and the skin. I'm going to get all that processed. So it won't take too long. Just, yep, the meat goes pretty quick when you do the maximum amount. You do end up wasting a little cordage, but since you get the cordage back at the end of the whole process, it's not such a bad deal. All right, as long as you make a ton of it ahead of time. So I'm going to zoom out just a little bit here so I can see where my water source is. So unfortunately, this is where I have to do my work on the skins and stuff. It kind of stinks, but once we get our shack built, I shouldn't call it a shack. Once I get our cabin built, it'll be a lot nicer, being a little bit closer to the water. All right, so I need to clean this bad boy first. Oh boy, we're already weary, man. It's just the afternoon. I'm gonna have to rest after this. Whew, boy, there's a lot of work going on here today. Okay, well, all the meat has been dried, and I've got the skin on the second two of three stages. Yeah, or if you don't include the cleaning part. Anyway, I think it's time to go out and do a little bit of hunting again. I don't want to spend days and days out there because the skin needs more attention here. But another thing too, I want to check the world map. Let's zoom out a little bit. So at some point, I do need to make another trip down to this location because there's still some food there, I believe, drying. I don't know exactly when it'll be done, but it's worth checking it at some point. But for now, that's probably too far. I guess the skin won't necessarily rot. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's move. Oh, actually, we're getting colder. You know what? Never mind. We're not going to make that trip just now. I think it's okay. We are chilly, though. That's not good. Yeah, okay, we're warming up. Now we're cool. Let's see. If we get cold, though, you really have to stop. Comfortably warm, that's perfect. But if you get to the cold level, stop what you're doing and make a fire right at your feet, wherever you are. That's the only thing that's going to save your life. Now, we are getting tired, which isn't good. Oh, he just dropped. Now he's cold. See, that's not good. We're stuck out here at night. It's getting real hard to see. Oh, we ran into a tree, but that's too big for... No, it's not. Actually, here's a little one. This is perfect. All right, so I'm going to cut some branches. Then I'm going to fell this tree. We're going to start ourselves a fire and try and sleep right here for a little while longer. Let's see. All right, good. We got the fire. Let's drink. No. I'm not sure where the water is here, so I'm just going to say no. Let's drink from our bowl. Now we can eat a little bit. All right, we're warm, so let's jump up and let's try and get home. Or at least we can just move around on the world map. That'll pass time a lot quicker. The risk here is if we get attacked by like human bandits or something. We couldn't see at all if that were the case, but we're okay now. We're chilly. That's not good, but I'm going to keep just searching around. Look, now we're comfortably warm. As the sun comes up, obviously it gets a little warmer out, so it's not an issue. But Let's see if I can't bag one more elk. Although, to be honest, I just get lost in the hunt normally, and I forget I do have a skin back here. So let's make our way back real quick. And yeah, let's go ahead and finish off this skin. That's good to see the campsite in the light of day, though. Almost forgot to eat. All right, we're good. Let's get up here. This is the final process, so I think we're going to be able to just take this back to the shelter here. So I'm going to get a drink. I'm going to fill up the bowl of water because it's low. Yep, the skin is ready. It's at the rinsed level, so it needs to just be beaten. So like I say, we'll take it back here. Now, my guy is extremely tired, so I'm going to go ahead and let him rest real quick before we do this, because this process on an elk skin takes like hours. Whoops. All right, let's go ahead and tan there. Oh, beautiful. Where is it? Oh, we don't have a beater. Oh, wait a second. He cut up the log that I had. The dude cut it into boards, so I've got to go get a log. We have a beater. The stone at our feet will work, but yep. Now I need a log. So let me grab one of these. Luckily, he left us with a whole bunch of them. So we just need to move this basically next to the base here, next to our little shelter. Sorry, it's a little hard to see when I'm zoomed out. But there we go. Like I said, in previous episodes, just as an overall general tip for this game, you need to get used to playing it in zoomed out mode as much as possible. Zooming in's fun to look at your character, look at the map, look over your animals and stuff when you get them. But for most purposes, you want to be zoomed out. Anyway, let's go ahead and finish off the skin. As I said, it takes hours, so this is a big process. He's getting real hungry, but he's going to be okay. There we go. Now we can drop it at our feet. And yes, when you do sleep, somebody mentioned this in one of the comments too. When you sleep, you can curl up with the notice when I go to sleep, it actually says you wrap yourself in furs and fall asleep. So if I didn't have any furs at my feet, I wouldn't be able to wrap up like that. And I think it gives you a little bonus to your resting. So that's good. Now, we just woke up. That elk that we killed is fully processed, but the last thing I want to do right now is go check, or the final thing I should say, is to go and check that shelter and pick up the meat. Now again, traveling at night is not ideal, but I am going to do it. And if we get cold, I'll just stop and make a fire. But I'm kind of trying to rely on the fact that we do have some somewhat decent gear. I shouldn't even call it decent gear. We have gear. So that's good enough to get through here. But yeah, the gear we have is pretty crappy. Now the hard part is actually going to be finding the location of this, but I actually remember. Okay, now I can actually see. Okay, so the sun's coming up. Good, because we're ready to drop as soon as we get here. Let's zoom in real quick. Again, easier to see. Here we go. So here's our old shelter. You can see I've got a bunch of food sitting here, 2 piles of it. This is still being prepared. That's got 3 to 4 days left. Now there's a whole bunch right here, though. Oh, yeah, we can take all that. There's a ton of it we just picked up. Wow. Okay, so we got that whole stack. So really, we just have 2 to 3 more days here, and then we can pick up all the food. Basically abandon this area. I mean, I'm not going to deconstruct the shelter here. We'll just leave it as like a hunting shelter if we're ever out in this direction, or on a way to a trade mission or something, we can use it. But yeah, we'd probably just leave all the wood here. In a couple days, I'll come back and grab this meat. But unfortunately, that's going to have to wait for another episode, guys, because that's going to be it for this one. Thank you so much for spending time with me here in the Unreal world. If you enjoy the content, consider hitting like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I will see you guys on the next episode.